Are you tired of unrealistic side hustle ideas on YouTube? Well, we've done many side hustles throughout the years, and in this video, we're going to share 5 realistic side hustles that anyone age 40 plus can start today.
And you know, the best part is that many of these side hustles are both flexible and scalable, and they can go a long way toward helping you supplement your 9-to-5 income and helping to make ends meet. So, first idea, number 1, become a remote closer. Now, this side hustle is very good for people who value flexibility in their side hustle. The role is simple. Many businesses are always looking for people to help with client acquisition, and they're also always looking for people to help close leads. And most of you have probably at some point in your life worked a sales job, whether it's a teenager or a young adult. But even if you haven't, that's not a problem. You can learn those sales skills. All you need is a laptop and a desire to learn, and you can go take a course on person-to-person sales. You can watch a YouTube video on person-to-person sales, and be ready to have a script for your potential clients to show off kind of why they should hire you.
So to attract clients, what you want to do is, if you don't already have a portfolio of work in place, you want to make a short video displaying or introducing the services that you can provide as a closer for a particular client. And one of the ways you're going to promote yourself is after you send this pitch to them in the form of a video, you're going to work for them for about 1 month for free. And the reason you're going to do it for free is because you want to give them value, but you also want to improve your skills as a remote closer. Once you've done that, next you've got to find ways to keep finding clients. One of the best things you can do, one of the easiest things you can do to find clients is go to something like Google. When you get to Google, you're going to, depending on the niche, you're going to Google the phrase, for instance, trade course or sewing course or digital products course, whatever it is that you're interested in. Google is going to give you a page full of options for different companies. You're going to click on those companies. You're going to search that page. You're going to go down and find the contact information, usually in the form of email, for the owner of that company. And this is who you're going to send that video to so that you can pitch your services. And you're going to rinse and repeat until you get your first client.
Number 2, use your car for extra income. Now, if you have more than one vehicle, there are many, many ways to earn extra income using that vehicle. One of the most obvious and the most popular ways is through driving it in ride share or some kind of delivery service. Now, this is something that we actually did. We did the ride share part for a few years while we lived in a college town.
Party time.
Yes, and that's where most of our business came from. We would actually follow the schedule, the college weekend schedule. So we would start on Thursday night and go all the way through Saturday night. And for us, we did it with a single vehicle, but we would alternate days. I would take Thursdays, you would take Fridays, and then I would go back out on Saturday night. And this gives you, like I said, a lot of flexibility because you choose which nights you choose. If there's a big event in town, you may drive, and you may drive a little bit longer. If there's not much going on, you may decide not to drive for that particular night.
The next one.
Right, is food delivery. And so if you don't like the idea of having strangers in your car, particularly in the wee hours of the night or early morning, you may be more comfortable doing something like food delivery because there you don't have to save all your capacity in your car for your passengers. There is just you and whatever you're delivering. So you may want to take some company along with you. You may want to have a co-driver, someone to just stay out on the road with you. And that's where DoorDash, Uber Eats, one of those food delivery services may be the option for you.
Okay.
Another option is medical courier.
This one is good.
Yeah, this is one that we actually did together as well. There's this whole network of hospitals and medical facilities and nursing homes that have to transport material from place to place. And so
and pharmacies.
And pharmacies as well. And so they send lab specimens, medications, medical supplies to this whole network of nursing homes, assisted living facilities, hospitals, a lot of places.
We did this together, like you said. We did this as independent contractors. We would simply go to the facility, which was a pharmacy, a huge pharmacy warehouse. We would load our vehicle and then we would take off on our route. And what we would do is basically follow an app that is provided to you by the particular business that you're working for. It's a timed app. It's letting you know where all the stops are that you need to hit and what it is that you're supposed to be delivering on that stop. We found it as a great way to spend some time together, since we both, we were still working 9 to 5 jobs. But this was a way that we could come together, spend some time together, and make some money on the side. So it's good if you want to do it with someone, but you can also do this job alone, because some people like the opportunity to not have anybody around to just work on their own. So it's a really good opportunity, and it paid by the week.
Pay by the week. And one of the things I liked about this one is that the structure is in place. You go to the warehouse, you have a checklist of your items that you need to load. You load those, you follow the app. When you get to the place, you click it off on the app and you go inside. You sign, the person signs to make sure you delivered everything, and then you move on about your day.
And some routes are longer than others.
Right.
So it just depends on what routes you end up with, how much time you have to put into it.
Now, and another method of using your vehicle for extra income is to actually rent out your vehicle. And there are some popular services like Turo and Get Around where you can put your vehicle up for rent, and they handle all of the logistics of that. You just make your vehicle available. Plus, if you have either a luxury car or a classic car, you may want to consider renting that out privately. There are parades and proms, birthday parties, even video shoots. People are often looking for weddings, luxury vehicles, or classic cars to be able to rent out. Just make sure you have the appropriate insurance to cover your needs.
Right. Number 3, start options trading. Now, I know a lot of people hear trading and fear ensues, but give yourself a break. It's not that difficult as long as you get some good training along the way. But options trading is an opportunity to be able to make anywhere from $200 to $300 per day that you can use for whatever you need to use it for. So, and this is what you're doing in options trading, but you're using stocks. And so you're predicting the possibility of a particular stock going up in price or down in price at a particular point in time. Now, options trading can be very risky if you don't know at all what you're doing. And so one of the things that we have personally done is gone to schwab.com/options trading. And what you can do there is you can watch tutorials, webinars, you can sign up for all different types of classes, but you can also use a platform that they call Think or Swim, which allows you to use paper money. Fake money, so that you can get better with your skills, improve on your skills before you actually decide, hey, I think I really want to do this and I want to put my real dollars to work for options trading. So it just gives you a great platform to be able to decide if it's even for you. Now, we're not affiliated with Schwab, but that link will be in the description. We chose Schwab because we trust a lot of the products that they sell, and we use them. But you might want to follow the expertise of an expert trader. And there are a lot of expert traders. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Google. Some of them are free. Some of them are paid coaches. But one that we're aware of, we are not affiliated with, is Kuda Biza. And he offers an options mastery course, which you can also find linked in the description. And in his course, he helps people of all ages, 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70-year-olds, to learn how to make money through options trading daily. So again, if you're interested in that program, you can just look at the link in the description.
Okay. That takes us to number 4, online coaching. Now, online coaching is an amazing side hustle, and they can start relatively easy. The first step, and most important step, is to think about what you're good at. What you have amassed expertise in, what you've grown in your area of skill. It could be anything from mastering office politics to something related to health and fitness, to
human resources,
human
processes.
resources, climbing up the corporate ladder, whatever you're good at. And think about how you want to share that expertise, share that knowledge with an audience. And then you work on creating the course for that audience. You can use a platform like School or Teachable, and you create a course which you take your expertise and you break it down in a simple, digestible, detailed format for your audience to follow.
And let me say, it really does not matter what it is that you're good at. You might believe that nobody wants to know how to, say, garden, or nobody wants to know how to sew or to knit. You would be wrong. There's an audience for anything that you have an expertise in or that you're just really, really good at. There's an audience out there for it. I take online courses all the time, and I know you do too.
Right. And it's one of the ways that people get better. People are always looking to get better, looking to improve themselves. They're looking to put themselves in a position to make more money or to start businesses, whatever. But they go out and they seek experts on all kinds of platforms to be able to get that information in a digestible, in an accessible format. And so this is a great option for extra income because it offers flexibility and you can scale it. As it grows, as it becomes more popular, you can always add material to your course. You can create downloadables, ebooks, PDFs that people can purchase through your course as well.
That becomes passive.
That becomes passive income. It becomes long-term income. And that's the key to creating an online course for extra income, is to have a long-term viewpoint, to think long-term, to think about not just how you're going to begin the course, but what the course can grow into. That's the key. And adding value to your customers. How you're going to take your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, and use those things to create value for the people who want to watch you.
Number 5, use a room or your house to gain extra income. Now, this can be done in a lot of different ways, but you might have unused rooms that you could rent out. You might have a whole house that you can rent out. There are options to register your house with companies like Airbnb, Vrbo, and there are others as well. One thing you do have to be aware of is your municipality and what is
what are the laws and guidelines?
What are the laws and guidelines for the area that you live in? Also, consider what kind of house are you living in?
Right. You want to do an assessment of your house, not just of your personal house, but of the area, of the neighborhood, maybe even the city. What is it that brings people to your city? Do people look to come to your city to party all day long or party all night long and just have somewhere to crash the following morning? Is it a place where people come for a quiet respite to get away from it all? Think about those things. What's going to attract people to your city, but also, what kind of neighborhood? Is it an older established neighborhood? Is it up and coming? Is it a walkable neighborhood? And what kind of house you have? Is it something that is ADA compliant? Will people with disabilities be able to access your house? Is it a newer house? Is the furnace working? Those kinds of things would be important to know before you rent your house out to someone.
And also, you could do things like renting out a parking space.
Yes. Depending on the size of your city, on how crowded your city is, parking can be at a premium. So sometimes people will pay to be able to park at someone's house or in someone's parking space. We used to live in a college town, and game day was really, really big for people making extra income of all kinds. One popular thing, depending on how close people lived to the stadium, they would rent out their entire yards. They would section it off into parking spaces. They would have someone stand at the entrance. They would have their little sign up, $20 per space, $25 per space, $50 a day, whatever it was. They had the flexibility to decide that for themselves, depending on the demand. And it was a pretty high demand thing on game days. So they would use that whole season to make a good bit of extra income for themselves.
Now, this wraps up this video on side hustles, and I hope that you were able to come up with some decisions about what kind of side hustles or business models might be good for you.
Okay, so if you stayed with us all the way through the end, we would love for you to drop us a comment. If you engage in some kind of side hustle, maybe one that we mentioned or one that's totally different than anything we mentioned here, please do drop us a comment and let us know how you're a side hustler. Thank you all so much.
I'm Tanya.
I'm Tyrone.
And we'll see you next time.